What's up, friends? How you doing today? Hope you're doing well. You'll see in these other clips here, I want you to take away why you shouldn't mount photo eyes to the track. So if you guys are doing this out in the field, or your installers are, and you don't want callbacks, or if you're a subcontractor, and maybe you can use this as a reference, maybe you could send this to somebody, share it, which, by the way, you should like and subscribe and all that good stuff. I'd appreciate it. So anyways, do some comments below how you guys do your photo eyes, if you do them different or if I'm doing it incorrectly, or you see the pros or the cons. I'd like to hear them all. So anyways, let's get to it. A couple things going on here. Let's take a look. The sun is blazing on that photo eye right now. It's totally freaking this opener out, or this photo eye, I mean. So that's causing the door not to close. So we're gonna have to see if we can find a way to solve that. So something that comes to mind, since I had to change this photo eye, luckily there was some extra wire left, I had to stretch it. As I kind of was thinking about it, and now you can see the sun isn't beaming on this thing. Now the photo eye is relaxed, it's calm, it's happy, and it's gonna work. But, I was trying to think sometimes what goes through people's heads on these, and I know I could see in the comments now that people are gonna say something, that looks ugly, it sits out there, it can get hit. But you know what's funny about it? I never get callbacks of somebody going, my photo eye looks stupid, and it's sitting back too far. Can you come fix that? But you know what I do get callbacks for? Is when the garage door doesn't go down. Because guess what? Everybody wants to go home at night. And if the garage door doesn't go down, the garage door guy gets a phone call. So, I literally had to come back up here, yank out all these tools that I'm scrimping by because I don't have my trailer with me today. Just to make that photo eye nice and happy. And take a few extra minutes to mount it to the cement. Ooh. And I can't forget that. Oh, and the stud, which was very lovely, was stripped. So that was a joy to get off. And I don't have a grinder. The joys. So I'm on the adjacent door to where I was working on the photo eyes. So I'm on this door now. And I was trying to figure out why the photo eyes, both photo eyes on each side are dead. Just completely dead. So I was trying to figure out why, and I realized, I said, wait a minute, there's only two wires coming back here. So one's going to be for your wall button, and one's for the photo eye. So where do they have a splice? Now, I'm a guy that, I'm not saying that splice wasn't a bad idea, but when you have splices, you can have complications. Anybody knows that if they were wired up a house, you don't leave splices in the walls. You can't find them. So I would have just ran the extra feet of wires, because thank goodness it happened now, and I have this guy, which is a scissor lift. That's awesome. So anyways, I started feeling around. I'm going, okay, where's the wires? And honestly, I haven't even looked back here yet. But they're buried. It's buried back here. And I think it's too close to this beam, which probably shifts around and vibrates like a son of a gun with this lift master on here. So it's right there. I can feel it. So I'm gonna have to bring it through so you can see it exposed. So that's just not gonna work. So just remember, ladies and gentlemen, if you splice wires, you could have callbacks and problems. And so we will get to fix this problem. I always feel like it's kind of one of those things that, part of the reason too I won't do a splice is because if you don't have the correct wire nuts, which this is too small of a wire nut, and you don't know how these things feel, this is all human interaction, this is a skilled trade. That you have to know how this feels when it goes on there. And so to try to shove these two wires with these wires, that's just too much for that. So now the problem is that I'm stuck with, I don't have wire nuts. But do you see what I see? I bet there might be something down in those boxes. Freebie. Let's go see. The old good Lord might be looking out for me today. I see 2 red ones. It's not quite what I would like. Don't worry, electricians. I have the full intentions of paying your 2 wire nuts back with a bottle of beer at the bar. Well, a little bit too big, but that's just gonna have to work, because obviously the first time it didn't. So the second time, hopefully it'll work. And I'm also going to take these. I'm going to mount them down here on the floor just so there's no vibrations, no problems. So I highly recommend you do not ever mount to the track unless you absolutely have to. In this case, I would say there was a plan B, and the plan B was not done. Yeah. So here's kind of like a little bonus video. I had to like rob Peter to pay Paul. So one thing that always kind of irks me about when you mount it to the track is normally everybody cleans up their mess, which is a good thing, but they take these brackets away. So then the guy that comes up here like myself, now you don't have the brackets. So this is not obviously the correct bracket that goes on the ground. That bracket's actually supposed to go back here, but I'm making it work. So, you know, right? I mean, I hope you guys can see why it's a pain in the butt that if you're installers, now these were my installers too, that if you don't do it the right way the first time, it can cost a lot of, it can just make a lot of headache. That cost me 3 hours. 3 hours at 5 o'clock. It was a 5, 6, 7. I didn't get out of there till 7 o'clock at night. So it made a late night for me. So that's one of those things where I just get kind of, I just get mad because I'm like, they were there. It would have probably taken them an hour to do the extra work, where it took me 3 hours because now I had to travel up there. I had to get tools out. I didn't have the right stuff. So anyways, I hope that's helpful for you guys. Hope you guys are doing great today. Thanks for watching and have a good one.